Next paper presented by Mr. J.L. Ukkwatte. He is going to present on the impact of relationship marketing on brand equity with special reference to Cinnamon Red Hotel in Sri Lanka.
Thank you very much, sir. Good evening, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. My name is J.L. Ukkwatte, and introduce myself, I'm a graduate of London South Bank University. I did my degree in Austin Institute. So it's my great honor to be here today at the 8th International Conference at KDU to share my research findings with you. So as you can see, my research topic is about the impact of relationship marketing on brand equity with special reference to Cinnamon Red. These are the contents of my presentation, which you can see in the future. So first off, as a background, let me give you a background about my study. Let me start by giving some statistics. Now, when you consider the hotel industry, the number one thing which comes to your mind is the tourism. So you can't proceed this study without understanding the tourism sector. According to the statistics, you can see the tourist arrivals have been increased by 19.8% in 2014 compared to 2013. So according to the Sri Lankan Tourism Development Authority, they state that the tourism sector is expanding in Sri Lanka. It's becoming a more attractive destination for the tourists. Now, we're going to make sure when the tourists come here, we're going to have the number of hotels to accommodate them. Because of this, it gives the opportunity for the hotels to enter into the industry. According to the industry experts, another 52 hotels will be entering the hotel industry of Sri Lanka by 2015. Now, what is going to take us? We see tourism boom, increase new hotel opportunities. When new hotel increase, the local competition of the tourism sector, the hotel sector, will be more. So the tourism is increasing in the local hotel sector. Now, Cinnamon Red, what they can do? Let me first take the theoretical perspective here. According to Aiken 1991, which we call him the father of brand equity, he stated that brand equity is very important for organizations, despite whatever the industry you're in, to stand above the competitors if your market is competitive. Now, having that in mind, let's move to Gomez in 1987. There's another scholar who did a research and stated that relationship marketing is a key strategy to have in the competitive environment. So based on this background, we can understand that relationship marketing and brand equity are important for competitive advantage. Now moving to my research problem. One problem is that the growth of the Sri Lankan hotel industry is increasing. That means the local competition is also rising. Now, Cinnamon Red Hotel, we know it's an emerging firm. So what they're at the inception level. However, even though they are a young firm, the industry they're actually coping is not young. It's very, very competitive. So they're going to have strategies to strengthen their brand equity to cope up with the competitive environment. How you're going to increase your brand equity? In my research, I say relationship marketing, because through an exploratory research, I understood that customer relationships are important to a company's brand. However, moving to my topic, the research problem I understood is that many studies being conducted on understanding relationship marketing. There are many studies being conducted on studying brand equity, but however, there are limited studies that have been conducted to understand what is the real impact of relationship marketing on brand equity. Therefore, this real impact is still unknown, and my research is hoping to address this. This is my significance of the research. And these are my objectives. First off, I had to understand what is relationship marketing, and I wanted to get the clear examination about what is brand equity about. After getting a proper understanding about the two concepts, my third objective was to analyze the two relationships. My literature review, I divided into three sections, as you can see. Relationship marketing, under that I took the definition of relationship marketing. When we talk about relationship marketing, it's actually a broad concept. Based on different industry, it differs. So, as hotel industry is a service marketing, as it's in the service business, I have taken the service definition of relationship marketing, which is according to Berry and Parasuram in 1991. They stated relationship marketing is a process of attracting, developing, and maintaining long-term customer relationship. It's basically three things. You can attract the customer first. Attracting, that's called transaction marketing. You attract the customer means the customer comes to you, performs a transaction, and he leaves. That's not relationship marketing. You're going to attract, you're going to develop the relationship, and you're going to make sure you maintain this relationship. With the same line of thought, Grondrus 1994 did a study about transaction marketing versus relationship marketing. He stated that transaction marketing is short-term because it's basically the customer comes to you, perform the transaction, he leaves. Relationship marketing means customer comes to you, you're going to have the strategy to maintain them. Now, how are you going to go for relationship marketing? There's another two scholars, Morgan and Hunt, 1994. They stated that trust and commitment are two antecedents for relationship marketing. Their argument was trust means basically the confidence the customer has towards a brand. When you're confident for something, you are committed for it. For example, anything. If I'm confident for a brand, if I believe this brand is trustworthy, of course I'm committed for it. So their argument was when there's trust and commitment, relationship marketing increases. Moving to the brand equity, David Ecker's definition about brand equity was he said it's a set of assets that can add value both for the firm as well as to the customers. And he stated that there are four factors, four dimensions of brand equity: brand awareness, brand loyalty, brand associations, pursuit quality. If these four dimensions are properly positioned in the organization, the brand equity will be strengthened. And this is basically Walter 2009. He stated that relationship marketing and brand equity has a positive relationship. Let me go into my methodology. This is my conceptual framework. My independent variable is relationship marketing, and my dependent is brand equity. And I use the Morgan and Hunt method to understand relationship marketing, to measure relationship marketing, and I use the Aker 1991's model to measure brand equity. And my hypothesis, as you can see from the literature review, I understood that there's a positive relationship between relationship marketing and brand equity. Now, this is my hypothesis. Let's see whether it's actually tested positively. This is my operationalization table, as you can see. Research onion, I have used, this is about how I did my research. I have used the positive philosophy, where my main research finding is based on the quantitative. However, you can see under research choices, I have used the mixed method because on quantitative information, you'll know what relationship. You do the qualitative to understand why there's a relationship. So I have combined both to understand my research findings. Sample, I have used 60 consumers because there was a certain time limit for me to conduct the study. At the same time, I have used a simple random sampling, and the two data tools I've used, questionnaire and interviews. Now let's go to the heart of the research, the data analysis. First of all, the reliability. Let me start with the quantitative. According to Walsh 1995, he stated that the Cronbach alpha should be more than 0.7. In my case, you can see it's more than 0.7 for both variables, which means the reliability is more. Now, the correlations. As you can see, the table says when relationship marketing increased by 1, your brand equity increased by 0.793. That's what the statistics says. There's a positive relationship between relationship marketing and brand equity, and it is significant. Now, this is the quantitative. Same time, I have taken the model fit as well. According to the square, it's 0.622, which as a percentage says the total variance of brand equity is explained by 62.2% of relationship marketing. Okay, now that's with the quantitative. Let's go quickly to why there's a positive relationship. Interviews, that's what I conducted. I understood from what I interviewed 10 people, 10 consumer officers in Madrid. I understood that when relationship marketing of the hotel is more, they have a positive mindset. Now, they're very happy because the frontline staff is really, attached with the customer. The customer feels, yes, I belong here. They are thinking that I'm important. So they have a positive mindset, which is very, very important. When there's a positive mindset, you obviously have the confidence factor. Your confidence. When you are confident, now, yes, I'm happy. I'm happy about this brand. Well, if I'm happy, I'm confident. Well, I should go for this brand again. There comes a factor of commitment in there. Now, take the Morgan and Hunt 94's theory. When there's trust and commitment, according to my interviews, when there's trust and commitment, a relationship between the customer and the organization is established. Now, the relationship is established. Okay, there's relationship marketing. Now, how can that impact on brand equity? Due to this relationship, the customers are willing to come back. I understood that. Who said the relationship is high? They said they trust their brand, they're committed to the brand. They said they're willing to come back. And I asked, okay, your willingness to come back is good. Are you willing to recommend this brand similar to others? They said, yes, I'll happily do it. Now, let me go into my ultimate findings. This is the graphical representation, my entire findings. When there's high relationship marketing, there's positive consumer mindset is created. As a result of this, there's trust, there's commitment. When trust and commitment is there, customer relationship is established. As a result of this, the consumer is motivated to come back. We call that the repurchase behavior. The spread of word of good mouth, we call that brand advocacy. According to Kotler 2010 in his Marketing 3.0 book, he said brand advocacy is something which every organization gotta really focus because it's not going to cost you much. You don't want to advertise. You love your customers so that the customers will recommend you. Now, what happened when this happened? The 4 dimensions of brand equity will be strengthened. As a result of that, brand equity will be enhanced. Now, moving finally to my recommendations, what is the recommendation I can give is that relationship marketing concept should be injected to the DNA of the hotel. An organization is a living being. There's a blood circulation system. The relationship marketing concept should be in this blood circulation system. That means from the top to the grassroots of the entire, the vertical to the horizontal hierarchy of every employee, gotta be relationship marketing oriented. How are you gonna do it? You gotta basically, now here, we talk about marketing, but still the HRM factor comes in the game. We say relationship marketing means for the entire hotel. Yes, the HR factor. HRM manager should come, talk with the marketing manager, how to implement the training programs to develop this relationship marketing. Now, if the relationship marketing mindset is created within the employees, they will be committed to serve the customers well. Another thing I would say is really it's very important to get this customer information, because transaction marketing, you don't take any customer information. You don't want, because you're always sales perspective. Relationship marketing is a complete different. It's the opposite. You gotta collect customer information and thereby convert the consumer into customer, or else transform the transaction customer to a relationship customer. At the same time, hotel can give some memberships. At the same time, the vouchers can be given to the customer, because relationship marketing is about the attachment you have with the customer. These things, these recommendations will be definitely be helpful to attach the customer to your hotel. However, I've not put a slide, but let me tell about the future recommendation. Now, the entire idea was here because relationship marketing's impact on brand equity was not analyzed properly in the literature now. Now that I have this model here, in the future researchers can be definitely doing it how trust affect brand equity and how commitment affect brand equity. That's a future research implication. Or else you can take the 4 dimensions and you can see how trust affect each brand equity, which I'm probably going to do in the future research, because this was setting the foundation to identify what's the relationship. The empirical evidence research is being conducted. Now it's more into explorations, explored. So to that, I'll be doing the future research. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. Again,